Xmas present. Sweet. There we go, it looks like it's there. There's some single trail along here. Somewhere, which will be very interesting. I'm sure there's some here. Yeah, there it is. How overgrown is it, is the question. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Oh! Oh, yeah, it is overgrown, isn't it? Yeah! Christmas 2022, guys. Out on the Sherco 500, forgive me. Been about, oh Jesus, is it still there? Yeah, it still is. It's been about 6 or 8 months since I've been. Six or 8 months since I've been out on some single trail. So forgive me if I'm pretty slow. Oh, whooped out, whooped out, whooped out. Very overgrown. So forgive me if I'm pretty slow and rusty. I think that's Parsons Road, yep. Quite a wet spring up here, so you can see the undergrowth is quite thick. Normally this time of year, boy, this would be quite bare and dusty, so yeah, it's a pretty overgrown single trail here, so I'm not sure what to do. There's some single trail in a couple of other spots I know, but it'll be actually flooded out, I think you'll find. Yeah, so we'll probably head out here. I think it's supposed to go around the back of the town. I'll see, it might widen out a little bit, but you're not quite going to give it the berries here. There's a skinny little single track and the width of a motorcycle wheel and not much else, and so yeah, you're not sort of quite sure how much berries you can give it, whether there's a log underneath or you're going to get a bloody high side or something. So don't know. I think we'll keep going and just Yeah, we'll just see what we find. This is a bit better. This is much better. Cool. Didn't see that coming. Oh. Where does it go? There it goes. Trying to look ahead, but you sort of can't see too far. Yeah, you can't sort of see where the track's going because of all the bushes. So, yeah, it's interesting. That was a thorn bush, you don't want to hit that one. Catch yourself friggin' looking down all the time. Very conscious too of overhanging branches pointing in my direction. Like that one there. Gee, it's overgrown. There's one of those buried logs in the lignum. And another buried log in the lignum. Oh, it's nice when you can see ahead of you. There's a log. There's the ones I'm talking about. You don't see them, you be in all sorts of trouble. Duck under it, sit for the boom. Oh, I didn't even see that one. I think there's a bit of a loop here. Hey, a bit of sand. Yes, there is actually, yeah. That's the loop. Where did this go? There it is. I think it went to the right, didn't it? Yep, it did. Maybe not. Maybe that's still the main route. Yeah, it probably is actually. We'll go have a look over here. Oi. Back onto the loop. We'll go left this time. Bit of a boom there originally. A bit of a boom. Oh yeah, it's not quite as sharp as I thought. We'll go around to the left. Oi, there's the front wheel going. Whew, hot. Bit of arm pump and a bit hot. Yeah, g'day guys, Steve here from Dirt Bike ADV. As you can see, out in some very different riding conditions here. We're up in northwest Victoria, up in the Mallee, or certainly on the edge of the Mallee. We're in wheat growing country. There's a massive crop of wheat out there that hasn't been taken off yet, and there's a paddock that has been stripped. So yeah, very different country to what I'm using. Up here for Christmas with the in-laws, big Christmas, so yeah, but up here for a few days, so I thought I'd chuck the Sherco Factory 500 on. I only had a couple of rides on this bike. Both times were on fire trails and you know, on open roads, and so yeah, we've done the ultralight test, and obviously I expected all the modern bikes to pass with flying colours, no problems at all. It's got balanced wheels, probably just cogged it up a bit, and I've since made a couple of modifications and got it sorted for my own personal use. I've taken the bark busters off, put some soft grips on, and put a new sticker on the front guard, so it's sorta, and just modified the wiring a little bit back to original. So it's a pretty stock bike as it sits at the moment. So yeah. But obviously it passed the ultralight test, all the modern bikes do. So the big question for me was what it was like in the single trail. I've got to say I was a bit nervous. I've ridden the Beta 390, obviously it's beautiful in the single trail, and the Beta 480. I've test ridden that, and super light and super agile. They basically almost handle like a bloody two-stroke. The engine mass, or the oscillating mass with the engines, is very well managed in these modern bikes, and so to say the least I was a little bit nervous. I knew the Sherco 500, which is a 480cc, it's the same as the Beta 480. I knew it would be good on the open stuff. I had no problems at all there. And I knew with the shorter stroking motor that it'd be pretty sort of peaky and good fun to ride in a lot of respects. It wouldn't be a sort of a slow revving motor. But I was really concerned about how they managed the oscillating mass and how agile the bike was. So yeah, that was my biggest worry. Being a factory model, it has the KYB, so I sort of wasn't so worried about the suspension, and yeah, but I needn't have worried about any of it really. The bike is super light and super agile and really easy to manage in the single trail. I've just ridden this sort of, that's not a good example of it, but it's quite windy, and you've seen the footage already. It's quite windy single trail, and with some berms and bits and pieces, and the bike was beautiful to ride. It just, the oscillating mass has been managed very well. It's lovely and light and agile, so I'm very relieved, to say the least. So I've ridden the Sherco 2-strokes and knew that they steered very well and handled very well. They put the power to ground very well, so I knew the cockpits would suit me. They've got quite a low bend on these bikes, and but I really like it. I like an open cockpit, so yeah. So I knew the bike would be comfortable for me to ride, but I just didn't know how agile it was going to be, whether it was going to be a handful in the single trail. And to be perfectly honest, I was my concerns were way too out of line. I really shouldn't have been so worried. It's an absolutely brilliant bike. The KYB suspension, of course, takes up anything. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. There's a few sandy whoops here, and you can launch off one and hit the next one and land into the back, and you don't get any head shakes or anything like that. I haven't set the spring rates up for myself, but I'm only riding with a motocross outfit, so very light gear, no armour or anything like that. So I'm just very as light as I'm going to get, and so it's handling my weight quite well. So I was worried about nothing, people. It is an absolute bloody weapon of a bike. So I've already done the ultralight test, as I said. It's great on the open stuff. I've now ridden enough single trail that I know that it's going to be good on the single trail as well too. So yeah, not into the hard enduro anymore. We're getting a bit over that sort of stuff, and you really need 2 strokes for that. So that becomes a 3-bike policy. But for me to ride with most of my mates that ride single trail, this bike's going to do the bloody job. Absolutely beautiful. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep moving. There is a bit more single trail heading off down this direction, so we'll go head down there and see where we end up. It is overgrown, unfortunately, a lot of it. Probably only a third of it's really in a condition that you can ride fast on it. The rest of it, you're struggling to see the track a little bit, but nonetheless, it's very good fun. It's not too hot yet, so I'll keep moving. So I beat the heat. It'll get pretty hot this afternoon. So anyway, guys, we'll keep going, and we'll see where we end up. Well, peeps, we've got the fuel light on. I think we'll head for home. But if that was the single trail test, then the Sherco 500 passed with better than flying colours, I've got to say. But yeah, we better coast the rest of the way home, just in case I run out of fuel. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you out on the trail soon.